effect from October 2025, after more than half of the states updated their GST law. But unfortunately, Manipur GST amendments couldn't happen in time, as the State Assembly was in a suspended mode. Manipur Goods and Services Act 2017 was amended through an ordinance which was promulgated by the central government on 7th October 2025. Now this bill has been brought to replace the Second Amendment Ordinance 2025 and give permanent effect to the amendments made to the Manipur GST Act in 2017. I'd like to say a few words on the salient features. A track and trace system will be introduced to closely monitor how certain sensitive goods move through the supply chain. This will help prevent leakages and make oversight more effective. Rules also dealing with the time of supply for vouchers are being removed, because issuing a voucher is not actually a supply of goods or services. This change will help avoid unnecessary disputes on when tax becomes payable. The wording plant or machinery is being clarified to plant and machinery and remove ambiguity for taxpayers while claiming input tax credit. This correction is being applied retrospectively from 1st July 2017 to settle past disputes as well. When a supplier issues a credit note to reduce the tax originally charged, the recipient will now be clearly required to reverse the corresponding input tax credit if already taken. This ensures symmetry and reduces interpretation issues. A 10% pre-deposit will be required for appeals before the appellate authority or the appellate tribunal, even in cases where only the penalty is being challenged. This keeps the appeal, the entire process of appeal, consistent and discourages frivolous litigation. And finally, sir, when the goods kept in a SEZ or a free trade zone or a free trade warehousing zone are sold before being taken out of that zone, such transactions will now be treated as neither a supply of goods nor a supply of services, providing clarity and avoiding unintended tax implications. Now, all these amendments...
And the opposition MPs creating massive ruckus, even as Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is speaking about GST and other reforms in the Lok Sabha. Mosmi Singh joins me on this story. Mosmi, morning session also, there was a massive ruckus as the opposition MPs are talking about SIR and vote chori. Now again at 2 p.m, similar ruckus, similar scenes in the parliament. What exactly is happening?
So clearly the deadlock continues, and the opposition MPs are sloganeering, saying that allow discussion on SIR, and they are sloganeering on the SIR issue in the lower house. Clearly, there has been a lot of pandemonium with the opposition MPs up in arms. Many have given adjournment notices. They are saying that primarily discussion on SIR should be allowed. Now, whether there could be a middle path could be found, a common ground between the government and the opposition is the question that is looming large, today being the first day.
Wasn't there a discussion before? There is normally the procedure is that there is a discussion on what the agenda will be for the parliament. The opposition, as you just mentioned, have given several adjournment notices. They want discussions. What has been the response from the government, and what are the demands of the opposition?
So clearly, the business advisory committee meetings haven't reached any understanding as far as discussing the SIR process that's ongoing and is the domain of the Election Commission is concerned. Earlier, the government had taken a stand, if you remember, in the last session, that this is completely the prerogative of the Election Commission. This doesn't come under the umbrella of the Parliament, that we should discuss the powers and the action of the Election Commission, and what they are doing in terms of the SIR is a mandate that has been enshrined in the Constitution for the Election Commission, and thereby they are not interested. The government is clearly saying that we cannot, it's not about whether we are interested, but we cannot discuss SIR because it comes under the domain of the EC. While the opposition is saying this is a political issue, and the way the BLOs are dying, the way this timeline has been given and been bulldozed is not really fair. And that's why there should be a discussion. And we see that, one of the shortest winter sessions, the first day we've seen such a pandemonium, and one has to see whether the government can reach out to the opposition, and the other side can reach out to the government and come to a common point.